Okay, family. Hawah, hawah, Allah, hawah. Because we know that the signs are clear. The signs are clear when everything starts to erupt around you and you're not even, you might not be looking its way. It might come out of nowhere. The path that you're walking, you know what I'm saying? This indigenous truth is so powerful that in the search for indigenous truth, even your brothers will try to take you down. To protect their ego, if they feel a threat from you, they might write one book in their whole life. They might live off this book and they might want to protect themselves so much their information might be outdated. Maybe there's something they ain't pondered before. Maybe they haven't surfed the wave. Maybe they think you're nothing. Maybe they think you're not valuable. Maybe they think that your connection, your melanin, your carbon is incapable of connecting the dots. Maybe they feel like your mother does not rock with you, that you cannot have wisdom to connect things as a family, as a unit, as we dig. Every drop we drop, it's always about 5 to 10 dang books that we drop. We've never heard from one single author that felt threatened by our theory, by our hypotheses, by our journey, by our connections. But this harassment, man, this HorASS, this HorASS, this harasser, this HorASS is truly butthurt, and he strikes again. Now I'm gonna lay it on out for you because I done told you, I didn't venture to be on YouTube this long, so maybe I am overwhelming my stay. I know the effort and I know the time has been valuable and we've dug on it. And man, I tell you the truth, man, if we got 10 to 20 people out of this that are real ones, that rock with us for real, man, that we're vibing with 5 nights a week in our own space, then it's worthy. It's worthy, and you're worthy. Because these attacks won't stop. And it's a shame that it comes from someone who called themselves my elder. Out of all our videos, how many of our 450 videos have we mentioned Horace Butler's book? Less than 10? Less than 5? So he does nothing but sit around, go through our old videos and finds one from October 31st. No, he finds one from, this joint right here was in October last year. He takes a video down, the American Holocaust and the Hebrew Exodus to the wilderness of Senaruko. What did we mention? A connection with something that you connected in one of your chapters in your book a year ago? We don't monetize our channel. I haven't written a book. I am not copy and pasting shit. We dig on 5 to 10 books every day. And if we make a connection, one of those authors can say that we're infringing based on our intelligence, based on wisdom to connect. He sent me 7 emails in the last 6 hours, people. So this video ain't coming out of nowhere. Drop ain't tripping. I'm talking to my elder, right? Who is harassing me. His name is HorASS. HorASS. And maybe his head is fully up his ass. Maybe he's truly butthurt. Maybe he's threatened by a connection we're making in the video, the Ame'rican Holocaust and the Hebrew Exodus to the wilderness of sin. Now this video is over a year old, and our brother, black man, who truly is black, has now hit us with the second copy. Now, he's going to send us emails And in his mind, we have 2 copyright strikes from him. He says, don't make me give you a 3rd copyright strike. You have until today to take the video down, or I'm going to take your channel down, and I'm going to take down your GoFundMe. That's when it gets personal. The water can either soothe you or it can wash you up, and there's many ways to do it. And we move in silence around here. But what I will speak on, to let the people know, is that the war is on. They're using this harassment, this HorASS, they're using him. Now, all he has to do is claim that any part of our research, he's talking about everything to do with Cuzco, the city of David, comes from him. It's his research. He's not digging on Teach Me to Be Priestly recon. He ain't digging on Jerusalem's recon about Cuzco. He doesn't comprehend how we surfed the wave to get to Cuzco, city of David. But he's taking my videos down because they're mentioning Cuzco being the city of David and they must come from his book. Even if he inspired us to dig on that, isn't that a good thing, Elder? Aren't you proud of us, man? We're finding ourselves for free. We don't monetize this channel. What happened to educational purposes? Not one other author has ever even contacted me. But my brother, my elder, and I know this community's dedicated to Horace Butler. I know there's so-called black communities dedicated. You know why? Because they want to find themselves. They're not trying to worship you, HorASS. They're not trying to worship your ass, HorASS. Get your head out your butt. Your butt hurt. You're threatened. By who? We're not scholars. We've written no books, man. We haven't infringed on your copyright of your book. We haven't copy and pasted shit. We've just discussed it, the elements we gotten the babies out. And you don't like our conclusion? You still want to skip over Atlantis to get to Africa, man? When the Mayas say they come from the east, you want to skip over continents to get to your destination, HorASS? That's a threat. You want to talk about Heru is Heru and not Peru, and that the Heru comes before the Peru. Well, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Because last thing I checked, Atlantis hijacked us. So get that Heru Atlantis shit the fuck out of here. Because we had crystal trees, man, before we had pyramids, man. And if we're talking a promised land, it is not Heru. HorASS. This is harassment. I don't even like to get down with legal stuff and lawyers, but when it gets brought up, well, damn, all praise to the Most High, I do have a wall of protection. So now that's where we got to take it. Now we got to get lawyers involved. Because this fool wants to rip all our work out from YouTube and all the work that you got to dig on, even your GoFundMe. Horace Butler, who's written 1 best-selling book. Best-selling author Horace Butler has come to 432 to drop. Just a bunch of nobodies, a bunch of people from across the plain, brothers and sisters, gathering, owning our own land, doing our own thing, threatened by our collective research, and now wants to rip our channel down. So he hit me with this strike because he already thought we had 2 strikes. What's he going to do next? Go back to his same boule and make them, because I can't even get in contact with YouTube. How are you getting in contact with YouTube so fast? And they don't even ask shit. They just say, yep, I guess he must have mentioned your research, Horace. We're going to take the video down and give him a copyright strike. And this is the 2nd time it's happened. He said he already had 2 strikes. Maybe he thought he did. Or maybe he's talking about our backup channel, because this is the backup channel. So I just noticed that he also hit us with a copyright strike on our backup channel for The Rocks Gone Wild. The one he took down before we put on the backup channel. So he gave us a copyright strike over here. And a copyright strike over here on the same day. So I guess that is 2 strikes. One's on the backup channel, one's on this channel. Now what he's going to do? See, before this, I had 0 copyright strikes. Because the ones he did before, you know, after a certain amount of time, they take them off, right? Because we don't have no issues with that over here. Only the music stuff, and we, you know, we dispute the music stuff. That's it. But as far as authorship and infringement and doing none of that stuff, we're not writing books, fool. We're discussing elements to put ourselves together. And instead of helping us do that, you're so threatened, you're so butthurt that our theory might destroy your entire premise. That it gets so much deeper when we talk about dracons. You wanted us to go back to Africa, didn't you, HorASS? You wanted us to enter the black hole. Wasn't that your point? To get ahead of us, to give us some drop, and then usher the family into a black hole? Call themselves black? Tell them they come from one part of the whole melanated earth? Skip over continents because you can't see them no more? Because the people say east, you must skip over all the continents, even the ones you can't see no more, to get to one place on our mother? Is our mother leprous? Is one earth body, man? Is our mother leprous? Does she only have one melanated part of her body? These people sprung from the soil on our mother, no matter where they sprung, when everything is connected. You can't skip over all that connectivity to get to Africa, HorASS. Stop with the harassment, man. So he thought these were already 2 strikes. He thought this was our 3rd strike, and this was his death blow. You're looking at Horace Butler's death blow right here. Removed by HorASS. October 31st. This is his death blow. So what's he going to do? Go back and say, oh, that video got some of my stuff. Another strike. That video got some of my stuff. Like a little bitch. Sitting down on the couch, looking at our videos to try to connect something, and then you take them down to destroy our community. You are a bitch. You are black. Now, we don't normally do this. We got a lot of bitches in the neighborhood, and I don't go around just calling bitches out all day, because you know the bitches when you see a bitch. You know the vibration of a bitch. I don't have to call it out. You see a hoe ass bitch when you see a hoe ass bitch. I got the freedom to discuss however I want to discuss whatever situation I want to discuss. You don't control me. You don't control Drop Nation. You don't control 432, Boule. Who sent you, fool? Who do you think sent us? Do you think we have the spirit of fear? Do you think we're under a fear spell, man? You take down our channel, 1,000 more will pop up just like it. We already left a trace. We already left the trace compound, the trace elements. They can find us now. Instead of putting in YOU in their browser, they can put in 432 in their browser. The same way you put in YOUtube, you can put in 432todrop.com and save that and go there when your spirit, when your soul is glowing. We'll be there for you. Because we out of here, man. We been out of here. I'm just trying to get the Prester John 50. We're digging on Priest King Prester John, King David, because that's our king, not yours, HorASS. So you can't tell us where our chief is, our Hakan is, HorASS. Take your ass back to Horror Town, man. Take your ass back to the Black Plague, man, and take the black hole with you, and stop taking our people and putting them there and not letting them know they're from here, man. That's love. Not tearing down your brother because they disagree with you. We want to go to war. How many wars do we got to fight? How many niggas done declare war with the drop? All the drop is done is keep going. Take that same war frequency and go to a higher octave. It don't mean we don't call shit out. It ain't mean we don't get real for a second or two. We got to go into reality. Fine, man. Like I told you, we move in silence. This ain't play. That's all I got to say. But this right here is harassment. Pure harassment to take down an entire operation, even the GoFundMe. You think I'm playing? Let's go to the email. Let's go to the email, man. All right, you got it. I know it's small. I'll read it. This came in, what? Monday night. I don't want you to lose all your channel. You know it's from HorASS. It's from his publishing group, Stone River Pub. I don't want you to lose all your channels on YouTube, but you're using my valuable discoveries about the city of David. Wait. Wait, HorASS. Hold your ass, HorASS. Let's discuss this since you want to start out our relationship again like this. I thought you got it, old man. I thought your elderness kicked in. I thought your wisdom kicked in. But now I know when the script says that your wise men will look like fools, they've been talking about you. Because you look foolish going after the youth, tearing down their inspiration because of your threat, because of your fear. You're not worried about infringement, man. You're not worried about copyright infringement. You're worried about us infringing on your theory. You think you got a monopoly on the theory of Cuzco? You ain't jamming up no white people, so-called. How many white Cuzco videos are there? Did they take your information too? Of course not. They're white. But everything we say must come from you. Everything we say must be approved by you. I think that's harassment. Unless you go take down all other videos about anything to mention with David, because you assume they're reading your book like you're dead wrong in this case, because we didn't even have your book yet. The city of David came from what? Jerusalem, and teach me to be priestly. Now you got to go prove that they're stealing from you, man. And stealing what? By researching together as a community to find ourselves, to get close to our Creator, to be oriented. You want to tear us down? I don't want you to lose all your channels on YouTube. Well, you're threatening me right away, right? And then this is one email out of 7 or 8. I'm going to make this quick, man. I'm going to make it quick because I don't want to throw this laptop again. I don't want you to lose all your channels on YouTube, but you're using my valuable discoveries about the city of David. What about my valuable discoveries? I've discovered a couple things, you know, as I've been reading. Jerusalem has discovered quite a few things, you know. Teach me to be priestly, higher mark, getting to the root. They've all discovered really key things, man. I mean, what about our discoveries? Miss D and the Copper Color Awakening, what about her discoveries? Aquaf Ty, Larissa, what about our sister's discoveries? Chef Candy got discoveries. But you think you got the only valuable discoveries to deal with the city of David? That's your subject. No one could talk about it? Who the fuck do you think you are, man? HorASS? You are despicable. You are spittle. The Columbus going to Jerusalem in Peru is my work. The Columbus going to Jerusalem in Peru, did you just say is my work? Negro, I'm reading from the Biblioteca de Colombina in Sevilla, Spain. Not rocks cry out when I read about Columbus going to conquer Jerusalem. We're reading from the Biblioteca de Colombina in Sevilla, Spain. My first video was on that, right? Damn near the first video. Did it come out of your book? Or did it come out the Biblioteca de Colombina in Sevilla, Spain? Here we go. Another assumption by HorASS is my work. Are you insane, man? You sound like you are insane. The discovery of the city of David in Peru is my work. There's some white people that might disagree with you about that. Are you jamming them up? Anything to do with Pumapunku? Anything to do with Sacsayhuaman is your work? I have to read this to y'all so y'all, know I'm not going hard for no reason. This is this email was personally sent by HorASS. The discovery. He made a discovery. He's a discoverer with valuable discoveries. In his mind, he's a discoverer. Look at my discoveries. I must protect them. No one can talk about them, or I'll destroy them. He thought he gave us a death blow, man. This was supposed to be our third strike. So I'm telling y'all right now, HorASS is on a mission to tear down 432 The Drop Radio. You know what I'm saying? He wants to make us legendary around here, you know what I'm saying? To be, the first, indigenous wave, man, to get torn down by a best-selling author on YouTube. A best-selling author is coming here to rip apart hundreds and hundreds, thousands and thousands of hours of recon that must all come from him and his asshole. Him and his HorASS. Every bit of recon we've connected with the hundreds of books that we have in our own, our own secluded alcove. With the hundreds of books we have on our shelves, his one book must be where we get all our information from. And that's all he has to tell these YouTube people for them to give me another strike. So what does it take for him to do it 2 more times? That's his mission. So I'm telling y'all to make sure you, download or copy as many of these videos as you can. Do it for me too, because I only got so much space. So especially like the last 20 videos or so, make sure you copy that. And hit me up, man, music@432thedrop.com. And let me know, man. I need to get copies from y'all. Y'all get copies from me, because I'm going to do hella videos. I'm just going to drop them. And I depend on y'all to have copies of those for me, man. When I need them. Because, those will be all put on our own situation. And we got our own thing. And again, now we got to get lawyers involved, because obviously this is harassment. This is damages. It's even today, I had to put aside meetings to handle this, to contact lawyers. So he's already in the hole. You don't get to mess with anybody's fair use for educational purposes only, claiming someone is taking your research. You can't just claim someone's taking your research. You have to prove that someone is word for word saying, this is my research. I am the discoverer of Cuzco. Unless you find a video where Drop is on a podium saying, look at this discovery today that I've made. Unless you can find that video, then I'm stealing from you. If we're discussing recon with sources, then, this whole situation right here, the discovery of the city of David in Peru is my work. This whole situation right here, that's the revelation. That's the revelation we're having. This revelation right here, the discovery of the city of David in Peru is my work. This is a revelation we're having, people. Because we didn't know that the city of David solely belonged to HorASS. We didn't know that it's his work. We didn't know. It's a revelation. Our elder says, our brother says, I'll give you today to pull those down yourself. If you don't, I will strike them with copyright infringement. Now here's where he just tells on himself. You already have 2 strikes from me. You already have 2 strikes from me. Well, 1, 2, before we had 0. So again, he thought we had 2. And what happens when you have 2? Read this part right here. We may have to disable your account if you have 3 or more strikes within a 3-month period. So what's Horace Butler's mission? To give us false-ass copyright strikes, false-ass copyright claims, to do more damage to himself. He thinks we're just some chumps on a corner that he could just pick on. I mean, this is a straight bully move. This is a straight bully. A bully. If you don't, here's the bully. I will strike them with copyright infringement. You already have 2 strikes from me. With two vids pulled down for copyright violations. Really? So in his mind, we already had 2 videos pulled down. On one more makes 3, and that means YouTube will pull down all your channels. So he has a clear, concise mission. YouTube will pull down all your channels. That's his mission. Strike 3. Save your channels. Get rid of those vids using my copyrighted work. Discussing the city of David is his copyrighted work. Discussing a research subject is his copyrighted work. That's like me saying, anyone talking Prester John is my own work. You can't talk Prester John. Okay. You get today to do it, then I'll pull down your GoFundMe for the same violations. HorASS, what the fuck does my GoFundMe have to do with the city of David? Because we want to return to our sacred trees, because we want to be there for our family who have returned or are returning to their sacred trees, to their home. That's a violation of copyright infringement because of your valuable discoveries about the city of David, motherfucker. Put the earmuffs on. Now it is personal. Because this is J Stu. Because this is any of our family that's in need. Literally. An emergency. You want to take away their emergency support because of your valuable discoveries about the city of David? Because you think that Columbus going to conquer Jerusalem in Peru is your work? And no one could talk about Columbus conquering Jerusalem in Peru or Mexico, even though it's in the Biblioteca de Colombina in Sevilla, Spain? And we didn't read that from you. It's documented that we've been kicking that. You're in your own ass, HorASS, and you are harassing, man. And you are now making personal threats that involve the safety of personal relationships and people. Then I'll pull down your GoFundMe for the same violations. I know y'all probably can't believe what y'all reading. I can't believe it. And I've been dealing with it all day. I'm like, is this a hoax? No, it's the same company that pulled us down. I mean, it says right here, removed by Horace Butler. I don't, unless someone's really, and Horace, if this isn't you, let me know. Now we got identity theft. I mean, it's all kinds of shit happening in order to harm us just for reading books. Whoever is behind this, man. So he's going to pull down a GoFundMe, right? Of course I respond, actually I let my legal department respond because clearly this has to be your situation. You know what I'm saying? We have to be protected in these illusory realms as well. If they want to play these games, we got to have some wall of protection around us. Mr. Butler, it's for my legal people. This is harassment. If during our research for indigenous truth, we both discover 1 + 1 = 2, is it infringing on you? Our lawyers do not take threats, blackmail, or harassment lightly, and no one is reading or reciting your work. Your actions are shameful. Advise, fair use is the right to use portions of copyrighted materials without permission. Without your permission, HorASS. For purposes of education, HorASS. Commentary, HorASS. Or parody. Yeah, just like Saturday Night Live. We can make fun of you all day for educational purposes, comedy, or just for fun. Without permission. Fair use allows reproduction and other uses of copyrighted works without requiring permission. Even if we copy and paste it. If it was for the purpose of education or commentary or parody, we can do it under certain conditions. Now, he knows all this. He's just trying to play the legal game because he knows a loophole in the YouTube lore. He's trying to hide. He's trying to start some shit and then go hide behind YouTube lawyers because he's done this before. He thinks he can do this and then we can't come after him. He can now hide behind YouTube because he knows that there's a loophole where he thinks we can't reach him because we got to deal with YouTube. And you're going to read that in the next email. He's going to like, y'all got to deal with YouTube lawyers. Don't worry about me. So he's setting us up to now have to fight this fight instead of teaching our people. If y'all got any groups dedicated to this guy, please get the word out and let him know what he's doing to the indigenous truth and anybody who's threatening what he's particularly standing on or founded on, whatever his foundation is. If you're threatening it, he's taking you down. He's putting his life on it. He's saying, don't threaten it because it's so personal to my life that I must destroy you. So whatever knowledge he has, he's using it against us. He is harassing us. He is oppressing us with his knowledge of even YouTube lawyers. I don't know this stuff, right? I'm too busy reading books from authors who aren't jamming me up, who aren't harassing us. Fair use allows reproduction and other uses of copyrighted works without requiring permission from the copyright owner under certain conditions. In many cases, you can use copyrighted materials for purposes such as criticism. Yes, HorASS, we can criticize you, man. Yes, HorASS, we can criticize your theory. Yes, HorASS, we can criticize every bit of your valuable discoveries. We can comment about them like we're doing in our videos for educational purposes. We can do news reporting, teaching. Yes, HorASS, we can teach from your book for educational purposes. What the fuck what aren't you getting from this? But you know this. You just are now just trying to start shit. You're trying to end us. You're trying to put the nail in the coffin because you're threatened and you're scared and it's obvious. And we don't deal with no bitches. Our community don't deal with whole ass bitches. I don't have to go on a campaign to every group who supports you. They're going to hear about this. We talk. It's called word of mouth. We're not no chumps. You're treating us like our name is Stanley. No offense to anybody whose name is Stanley. But my name ain't Stanley. We have worth, man. We got value. We have trace elements we left behind. You yank us off of YouTube, bro, you made us legendary. We got yanked off of YouTube by a best-selling author because we disagree with his book. We got ripped off of YouTube by the Boule Bully himself, the #1 Boule Bully. Boule. We don't need your secrets. We don't need your secret groups. We are the secret. We are the secret group. And we're right in your face bone. We're the original connection. We're the original grid. HorASS, we're the ancient love song that you don't want to hear. You despise it. Because it threatens you. It threatens your excellent new tune. We ain't down for the new tuning, HorASS. You trying to harass us with the new tune? You trying to hijack us 101? You rocking with Zeus? It sure is a Zeus frequency. Zeus should know better. Zeus should know where we come from. Above the firmament, above the barrier. We have no fear spell. Copyright works without requiring permission from the copyright owner, and under certain conditions in many cases, you can use. We at 432 The Drop Radio can use copyrighted materials from HorASS for purposes such as criticism, critiquing you. And I will never stop. Comments, and I will never stop. We will never stop. You think it's just me? You think this is a one-headed dragon? This is like a 100-headed dragon, man. You can't just knock off one head of the dragon. You got 99 more, plus the other one will grow. You got 99 more, plus the other one will grow. You got 99 problems. And your bitch ass is the one. See, we don't normally do this, but when we get harassed, man, you know me, I could fall back. You know, someone could talk out their ass, and I'll just let them, you know what I'm saying, suffocate themselves. Because we don't have to witness you. We don't have to rock with you. You know, or we could put it on blast, no problem. We could do that with the best of them. This is what we do. We did grow up in pedigree now. You thought we just fucking came from nowhere, man? We are pedigree, man. We can meet you on every single level. It's chess, not checkers. Any further harassment will be met with legal action, HorASS, man. So you got that from the legal department. He says, right, we'll see if you summon the money for a real attorney. Ha 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 ha. Ho 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 ho. Boule boule. HorASS strikes again. Boule boule. Right. We'll see if you little minions can summon the money for a real attorney who will try to defeat the copyright laws on the books. Or you want to hide behind the law? Who hides behind the shield? Who hides behind the law? Who hides behind the legal? You're giving yourself up, boule boule. We'll see if you can summon the money. You're giving yourself up. You're going to flex your money on us. Now you got money and power and we got none. Boule boule. For a real attorney. Damn. So we're just going to get some jive turkey, boule boule. Who will try to defeat the copyright laws on the books. You should have checked the court's decision on the matter. So he's ahead of us, right? You're ahead of us, boule boule. How did you get ahead of us? I'll wait. How could HorASS get ahead of us on the matter? Because he checked it and we didn't. We should have checked the court's decision. I mean, look, elder, maybe you should pull our coat instead of harassing us. Maybe you should give us drop. And just because we don't agree with you, you shouldn't try to destroy an entire operation that's doing nothing but gathering his people. We're not making money from this, HorASS. If people want to support us, we're going to give you an opportunity to support our radio because that's where we're going. Clearly, we're out of this YouTube shit, man. It's just, you know what I mean? Clearly, the Most High, you know what I mean? So, it's cool, man. It's cool, HorASS. But you're making this legendary. While we get out of here, you're making this legendary. The more of this blackness you give us, the more we turn that 440 into light. Light you've never seen before. That's why we have theories you've never thought of before. Because you don't rock with our mother. You don't rock with our father. And you're not framed and you're not shaped. That's why these wise men will look like fools. Because they are not framed and they are not shaped. They just wrote a book. They just put a couple things together with some maps. Got us all excited. We say, wow, man, that's great. So a brother really went into this. We can keep building. And we keep building and we get hit with copyright laws and threats. And they even threaten our GoFundMe to take away our emergency fund for J Stu. You should have checked the court's decision on the matter. YouTube's attorney knows all these laws. Good luck after the next strike. Does it sound like harassment to you? This is not me emailing this cat picking on him, bullying him. Good luck after the next strike. All right, so what happened next, Horse? I mean, because you kept going after that, HorASS. What'd you say next? I will share with the groups your reply. What group? YouTube? Or are we talking boule? I mean, what dimension are we talking? Is this an undercover message? I will share with the secret groups your reply so they know I tried to help you in the secret group and you denied my help from the secret group. I mean, clearly you don't think you tried to help me by threatening me. Clearly, you don't think you tried to help me, Horace Butler, by saying, I don't want you to lose all your channels on YouTube, but you're using my valuable discoveries about the city of David. The Columbus going to conquer Jerusalem in Peru is my work. The discovery of the city of David in Peru is my work. I'll give you today to pull those down yourself. Clearly, is that your help? Did I miss something, man? If you don't, I would strike them with copyright infringement. You already have 2 strikes for me. The 2 vids pulled down for copyright violations. 1 more makes 3. And that means YouTube will pull down all your channels. Ha ha ha. Is that your help, fool? Strike 3. Is that your help? Save your channels. Get rid of all those videos using my copyrighted work. You get to today to do it. Is that your help? Then I'll pull down your GoFundMe for the same violation. Well, that's a violation, HorASS. That's a violation, HorASS. And he says 1 day. That's your help. I will share with the groups your reply so they know I tried to help you and you denied the help. I can't make this shit up, people. This is one guy that wrote 1 book who's called himself our elder, going on a killing spree. Whoever sent him to try to copyright strike the drop up until what? They disable our account. And y'all thought we were tripping for saying we're leaving YouTube a year ago. We stayed on, man. We kept going, you know what I'm saying? By request. We appreciate the growth to all our community, to all our subscribers, everyone, man, that's been digging all this time, man, in real time. Again, a little over a year and a half ago, man, we literally had 21, 22 subscribers when we first did the radio. We weren't dealing with YouTube. They took our radio down the same way they sent someone to do it. Now they're taking down the YouTube. But they can't, then they got to try to take down this and then take down that. And then we keep moving. We keep moving. We keep moving. We keep on moving, man. That's who we are. We keep growing. We keep growing. How many heads does the dragon have? You cut one, maybe 100 more grow in its place. Maybe the spark continues. Maybe we should try another method. Maybe the game is over. Maybe the gig is up, HorASS. Maybe the harassment is over. Maybe it's redemption season. Maybe you're being exposed. Maybe our wise men are becoming fools and foolish and being publicly exposed. We didn't come after you. We didn't pick this fight. But HorASS, we never lost. As many times as we got knocked on our ass, HorASS, we've never given up. We've never lost. We never punked out. It's the 12th round. It's the 12th round. It's the 15th round, HorASS. And we're still on our feet. And to reward us as our elder for still being on our feet after all we've gone through as a people, you get sensitive and picky about someone talking about the city of David, and you try to destroy their entire mission, their entire platform, because it disagrees with your theory. I will share with the groups your reply so they know I tried to help you and you denied the help. What are you talking about? I know you're not truly talking about help. So what are you saying? Who's the groups? Can y'all leave a comment below and let me know what groups HorASS is referring to? I think that's the $64 million question. Bully. Is there another one? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, it gets better. That warning was a notice, quote unquote. What is a quote unquote notice, HorASS? You're speaking codes now. Now Bully is speaking a code. Is this a threat? Are you threatening something else? Are you saying that there's a greater threat that you're trying to put me on notice about by destroying my YouTube channel? By destroying our GoFundMe as an emergency for our community? We're supposed to have a fear spell. And you're trying to tell me again that that warning was a notice out of courtesy. I didn't owe you that. I did it out of concern. That's our final. That was a notice from who? The groups? Did the group send you over here to give us a notice as a community to stop researching and digging? Is this a notice for all of us in Drop Nation, Horace Butler? Should we be on notice now? Should our wall of protection go way, way, way up? Is there a notice that we should take as a community, Horace Butler? That was a notice, quote unquote, out of courtesy. I didn't owe you that. I did it out of concern. Concern for me? Well, Elder, I'm touched. I'm deeply moved that you have concern for me, so you come over here to threaten us and then tell us that it was just a warning out of a notice of courtesy. You didn't owe it to us. Even as our elder, you didn't owe it to us. I thought you were our elder, but you didn't owe us that. Okay. I did it out of concern. You didn't owe it, but you're concerned. You're talking in confusion, and the spirit of confusion only comes from one place, bro. And I'm putting it right here so everyone can say, all right, Drop, either you tripping, Drop, all these videos, you're reading Horace's book, every video. Drop, stop talking about the city of David. You know that's Horace Butler's valuable work. Drop, if you mention Puma Punku, or, you know what I'm saying, Saxahuaman, or the Puma, or the Black Panther, or the Wakada, that must come from Horace Butler's book, Drop. Not all the connections Drop Nation is making in real time. Over 30 hours a week live. That warning was a notice out of courtesy. I didn't owe you that. I did it out of concern. That's our final. Then he gets even funkier. What? This is number 5. And then he sends an email that just says, that is strike 3. So this is after he did this particular strike, which was strike 1. He thought it was 3. And he thought our channel would be gone. So what's he going to do next? Come on. He's going to hit us with more strikes, right? So we're preparing to fight already. We're lawyered up, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, this is what we got to deal with from our own community members. So again, if you are in any of this community supporting this asshole, this HorASS, let them know what he's doing to your people who are researching in real time for free, who are not reading his book, who've only even mentioned his book maybe 5 videos out of 450. And he goes back to a video from last year, last October, and picks on us with the video from a year ago. That's how much we're not talking about his book, or else he would have picked on us with a video from last week. He had to go to a year, the last time we mentioned Horace Butler. If we mention it, I got to watch that video. I know for sure I'm not sitting there just reading the whole book all day for it to be copyright infringement. I mean, look, if I play somebody's music, whatever, they don't like it, then I'm playing their music. I got to get there. And even that for educational purposes, if we do it in 432, we're trying to be educated about the frequency. So we're putting it in 432 for educational purposes. Technically, we're covered in all these ways. We own our own music licenses. We're covered in all these ways. And yet YouTube ignores all of that and just takes the video down because they're against it too. Because behind the scenes, they're all working together. Don't think there's a separation between the frequency of Horace Butler and the frequency of YouTube. That's why it's so easy for him. And it's so hard for us to defend ourselves. And that is strike 3. So this is his declaration that he has destroyed 432 The Drop Radio. Strike 3. And he even gave me a screenshot, people. I can't make this shit up. The motherfucker sent me a screenshot. And the name of the motherfucker is Third Strike Drop. Make sure y'all can see it. Right here. Up top to the left. The name is Third Strike Drop. He's really doing this shit on his own time. I just dropped Prester John 33. We're reconning what? Are all those authors going to do the same thing, Elder? I'm stealing from them. We're stealing from them by reading and gathering as much drop about ourselves as we can to put together the puzzle. And along us trying to get through this maze that's been set by our enemies, you as our brother throw spikes in the road. You are the one with the water hose, man. You got the water hose. You're spraying the water hose on the entire nation, gathering the drop of water. You're spraying us down. You're lynching us. This is lynching. You are the enemy. And our community knows it, and your community will also know it. Your audience will also know it. And you have single-handedly ripped apart your entire legacy by being a HorASS butthurt. Because you couldn't handle the truth, and you couldn't handle anything against a foundation that you got set in stone. At some point, you got scared. You used to be fearless, right? You had nothing to lose. You were fearless, man. That's what I read when I read your book. It's a fearlessness, man. You're going for it. You're finding maps. When's the last time you done that? Because for some reason, I think we're in the back of your head every time you look at something now. I think we've changed your perspective, and I think you're scared shitless. When's the last time you just went for it, man? You took a leap of faith and you said, man, I'm just surfing the wave. Or is that water washing you up, washing your legacy up? And you're now harassing and tearing down and destroying your own brothers. Maybe you know something we don't, bully. Maybe you know we're from a different tribe, and you're doing the same thing your ancestors did, and you know better than them, and you know better than the so-called white man with the water hose or the rope. Using your money, using power, using information and knowledge against us. A screenshot? Really, man? And that's strike 3, huh? Well, I mean, what strike are you on, man? I lost count. I lost count of strikes. Oh, so here's what he's going to tell us. He's going to tell us. All right, so we tell him, look, man, you're going to hear from our attorney, and you'll find out that they're real. He got the information. You can contact our attorney, no problem. First, your attorneys will tell you that they must address the attorneys at YouTube, since it is YouTube that took the action. Good luck with that. First, my attorney must tell us that we must address YouTube, since YouTube took the action, huh? So he's going to hide behind YouTube. He's going to give us all the information now and tell us, I'm going to hide behind YouTube. You can't even touch me. Nah, 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 nah. First, your attorneys will tell you that they must address the attorneys at YouTube. So, oh, they can't come after me. YouTube did it, not me, since YouTube's the one that took that action. So he sparked this shit. He kicked it off, but now he can hide behind the attorneys at YouTube. You see how the game is working? You see how they're trying to stack it against us? Good luck with that. And then your attorneys must defeat the courts which issued the orders protecting copyrights. Oh, there's another loophole, HorASS. I'm sorry to make this so long. I don't plan on doing this again, you know? So let me just get this shit out. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, rocking with your bro, rocking with your bro. You know what I mean? And if the shit ends suddenly, I want you to know why. And I'm really telling y'all this, man. As a concern, I want y'all to have the drop. You know where we're at. 432 the drop. You already know. And that's where we'll be. That's where we make our last stand. That's where we build in real time. You know what I'm saying? And just know that the energy and the hijack is real. That this is not the first time we dealt with other folks. You know what I'm saying? But this is just the first best-selling author who's you know, taking his time to destroy our community. You know what I mean? Or, you know, it will never. He doesn't have the heart. He doesn't have a heart. You know what I mean? So you get to see it fully exposed in real time. And then your attorneys must deal or defeat the courts which issued the orders protecting copyright. And then they must defeat the legislature that gave them those protections. But your attorneys will inform you of all this. So in order to get to me, you got to defeat YouTube and the legislature that gave them those protections. So you got to defeat the copyright legislature. You got to defeat the attorneys in YouTube, and then do this and do this and do that. You see, this is sucker shit right here. This is sucker shit right here. I just want to expose the sucker shit because my attorneys have told me different when I'm being harassed. But you'll find out. Oh man, these just came in. As we're dropping this, these just came in. You knew better. So he's still going on. I haven't even read these yet. I'm reading this with you. But we're going to keep our cool. What do you got to say now, HorASS? You ain't done? You still bitter? After all I said was you'll be hearing from our attorney? You got it. Let's go. You knew better. You had read the book and you knew the cited proofs. By attempting to exert yourself from the law, you begin citing Antoine Daniels. He's just calling out community members in our community. Go ask Antoine where he got those citations from. He got them from When Rocks Cry Out. What? I'm not going to investigate Antoine Daniels, fool. His violating the copyright law will not exempt you from violating the same law, and that's the law? Is this shit for real? Did this nigga just ask me to go ask Antoine something? Where he got his info from, and he'll tell me he got it from your book, When Rocks Cry Out? Man. Y'all are getting this in real time with me. How do you feel about this shit? Let Horace Butler know below, because you know he's reading this. Before he succeeds at, you know, selecting any video he wants to claim that we are infringing on actual copyrights to steal his information, somehow making money off of it somehow, even though somehow you got to prove we're not doing it for educational purposes in a classroom. Citing your work. You want me to go be Inspector Deck, Inspector Gadget, to go find Antoine Daniels, who I never spoke to before, who I don't, you know, have information on, and find this guy myself. And then he'll tell him he got his information from you, and I'm getting my information from Antoine Daniels? Much love to the bro. I'm just saying, even Antoine, ain't this some shit? Ain't this some shit? You and I have never spoken, but I'm supposed to contact you. And you're supposed to tell me, according to HorASS, you got all your drop from him. And I'm supposed to say I got all my drop from you. But that doesn't exempt us from copyright law? Because you violated it, Antoine. Antoine, did you violate copyright law? I don't think you did either, bro. So look how he's calling out names, man. What else did he say? I know I saw another one. I got one more that just came in. What else, man? If you continue to harass me, harass me. Hold up. Let's count the emails from the Last 24 hours we've received from HorASS Butler. 1. This is Stone River Pub, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've gotten 9 emails in the past 12 hours from HorASS Butler, and he tells us this on the 9th email. If you continue to harass me, is this fool insane? Is this fool insane? He's gotten 2 responses from us. You'll hear from our lawyers. You'll hear from our lawyers. Here's the information. 2 responses. You'll hear from our lawyers. You'll hear from our lawyers. On the 9th email in the past 12 hours, he writes to me, if Drop Nation continues to harass him, he will be the one getting the attorney to sue us for loss of income because of our copyright infringements. And then he says what? Be careful. That's another threat, HorASS. You're just digging a big ass hole, HorASS. This is documentation of harassment. If you have 9 emails from me in 12 hours, constantly going in, 1 sentence at a time, if I'm over there ripping pages out of your book or ripping videos down, claiming that you taking any or discussing any part of Cuzco has to do everything with you, how do you own Cuzco, fool? Who gave you the copyright on Cuzco in the city of David? We can't discuss it. What if someone who never reads your book comes to the same conclusion tomorrow? Are you going to rip his video down and say he got it from you? No one can discuss it. That is a bully. You are a fucking bully. You use attorneys and then you try to hide. You try to hide behind YouTube. First, your attorneys will tell you that they must address the attorneys at YouTube. So I can start this shit, but now I can hide because you're a bitch. Since it is YouTube that took the action, you're a bitch. Good luck with that. You're a bitch, HorASS. And that's the truth. And then your attorneys must defeat the courts which issued the orders protecting copyrights. And then they must defeat the legislature that gave them those protections. You're a bitch, HorASS. And everybody knows it now. Our wise men now look like fools because you're not ours. You're theirs. Bully. Your attorneys will inform you of all this. Okay. You knew better. You had read the book and you knew where the cited proof, but you attempted to exempt yourself from the law. You began citing Antoine Daniels. Like, I had this whole theory. Let me start talking about Antoine Daniels to get out of a copyright law from HorASS Butler. That's what I did a year ago. That's what I did a year ago. A year ago, man. Go ask Antoine where he got those citations from. He got them from when Ross Cry Out. His violating the copyright law will not exempt you from violating the same law. And that's the law. Because I know you know about the law. Oh, I know you know all about your law, don't you? If you continue to harass me, I will be the one getting the attorney to sue you for loss of income because of your copyright infringements. Be careful. This is from HorASS Butler. This is from HorASS Butler. This is from HorASS Butler, the bully, who gives us a strike on our backup channel. A strike he thinks is our 3rd strike. He thinks we're out of here, baby. And then he's going to see this, and then he's going to keep coming. So make sure y'all back up these videos on your own. You know what I'm saying? For your own. Know that we're at 432 to drop. You know what I'm saying? Know that all you got to do is put in a different... Instead of YouTube, go up here and put in 432. And that's where you'll find us. We didn't go nowhere. We're just not at YouTube if that goes down. If they rip our channel down, no problem. We know where we keep going at. And we'll keep going. And we'll keep going. Because it's not just me. That's what he doesn't comprehend. He doesn't understand. It's not just me he attacks when he does this. He attacks the entire wave. The wave of learning. The way of learning for educational purposes. The way of learning for redemptive purposes. He's going to hit us with the third strike, right? He's going to hit us with the third strike, right? This is shame. You've brought in shame to yourself. You brought in shame to your community. We did nothing to you by discussing parts of your research a year ago. If we did it recently, you would have taken down a recent video. We've discussed parts of many people's books. We do not have a Horace Butler book club. We do not come out the ass of HorASS. We do not come out the ass of HorASS, who wants to take us back to Africa every time. We refuse to be dictated to. We are sovereign. Our research is sovereign. And if you write something concerning any part of our indigenous truth, it belongs to us. If you write anything regarding us and our king and our chief and our Khan, it belongs to us. You do not have a copyright on information. No one took all your words verbatim and copied and pasted them. I didn't have a video claiming, look at what I have discovered in Cuzco. I have a video talking about teach me to be priestly in Peru's research about Cuzco. I have a video talking about the Biblioteca de Colombina in Sevilla, Spain, not your fucking book. You do not own our indigenous truth. Go back to where your tribe is, since you're against ours. Since you only plan to destroy, and your destruction is at an end. The more you do, the more you've destroyed yourself. The more you lit a fire in us, and the more heads will pop up. And now we see that the hijack is real, and that the war is on. The war to hide and censor and do all this shit on YouTube, man. Y'all make it so easy for these fools to do that because it's all one thing. And we got to get out of a mind of a hijack. You don't have to come to fucking YouTube to discuss your drop. That's why we started 432thedrop.com. And at 432thedrop.com, we don't talk Horace Butler at all. If we do, we're criticizing him for education purposes. In our own place, in our own sovereign place. So we don't start fights, but the Most High has given us firepower. All praise, Hawa, Hawa, Halal, Hawa. We're going to keep dodging hijacks in real time. Thank y'all, man, for digging on it. And definitely back these videos up. Do it for me, man, you know what I'm saying? In case something happens to one of my backups, I'm going to need you to have my back as we continue to build. If something happens to our site, we're going to keep building. You know what I mean? We're going to get our own server. We're going to keep building, and we're going to need all these videos to upload over there. So it's going to be a community effort to overcome the bully. It's going to be a community effort. It's not just me and my legal team. It's a community effort to not quit, to not give up, to keep standing in the 15th round, to do it for Hawaii, to do it to be hijack free. They want to slay your dragon with their alchemical opposite. This is your alchemical opposite. It doesn't have to look like it's lacking melanin to be your alchemical opposite. This opposite is at heart. His heart is opposite. And his head is in his ass. HorASS. Butthurt.